Hello, people of Earth, it's your pal, the Orbital Outcast, Rad Gnarly, coming your way with another low-key broadcast, and today we have at least one charity show to book, and I think we could start making money in the second TV show, as we play some Wrestling Empire, as we're rounding to the end of calendar year 2000. Ooh. The glorious year 2000 ends pretty soon in our Wrestling Empire gameplay, but before we get to that, I would like to say hello to everybody in chat or checking us out on VOD, no matter who, what, where, when, why, or how you happen to be in this great big old world of ours. We are happy to have you with us. We hope that it finds you well. What's up, Uru? I see your name right there. Boop, boop, boop. Nice to see you, buddy. Let me go over to this screen. Some fun little music we got blasting here. Okay, let's get over to Boink. Player, booking career. See? I remembered this. Yeah, we're rounding out December 2000. Today we'll be booking 2 weeks of television, starting with a charity event in Brazil. We currently have 3,200 people here. Charity event just means we're not making a dime. So I'm going to try to book, with the exception of... I might just do singles matches across the board. Hang on. Okay. I can't see what the number is that we need to beat. It might be 3.2. They love weapons. They hate cages. Guess what? I wasn't intending to book a cage match, so we're set there. And guess what? We always involve weapons in our fights, so I think we're good there as well. Okay, it's charity event time. Okay, I had a... You know what I'm going to turn that into? I'll turn that into this. That's kind of funny for personal reasons. A match that I've seen live. Okay. So I've actually taken the liberty of booking both weeks of TV just to sort of speed things along, but that doesn't mean I can't reveal them, unveil them one at a time. There we go. 1 second, I gotta... Wait a minute. Tempting. It's kind of fun. Interesting. I like all these variations. Ooh, that would be his move, the barbed wire. I think we're gonna go... Red ropes. Red ropes, please. Okay. Individual rule set. This sounds like the score to a very old black and white film. Oh no, Martha! Don't go in there, Martha! And then from across the hallway there would be like a lady screaming. I'd have to go investigate. Martha? Are you in there, Martha? That's fun. It's kind of like keeps rolling through. Sinister Shadows. I absolutely adore it, but not quite the background we're going for. It's what happens when you have your music provider set on shuffle anything. Could be anything. Okay, so there we have our rule set done. I've changed the ring back. I'm gonna take a hang on. I'm gonna take a look at the ring here real quick. 92%. Okay. Just making sure the size is okay. Title of my sex tape, I guess. Inside ring. Yeah, so we make sure they have access to the weapons. Everything else is fine. We're going to change the cast here. First off, it's going to go... Tony gets the first one. And then we have... Who we got booked? Who we got booked in this here match? Okay. We have... We're going to put Lance Storm in here. We're going to put... Jerry Lynn in this match. Last week specifically, Lance Storm and Jerry Lynn both like either complained or it was noted that their reputation or their popularity had fallen off for not being featured recently. So we're going to put both of them into matches. I feel like Kevin Owens might also be worried about not being on TV, so he will be accompanying Jerry Lynn since the managers come out or the partners come out with them. So I think, or I'm hoping that'll be enough. I don't think I need to put any more stank on this other than it being an opening match. Like, I don't think I need to put a promo or anything. So, starting us off, Lance Storm, Jerry Lynn. Singles activity. for a 3,600 just for showing up. With Kevin Owens in tow. I don't know what he says after champion, but it's just, I don't know. It's a really good song, poem sounding and everything. Kevin Owens has already stolen one of the chairs from the commentation station. Always a menace, Kevin Owens. Stealing the chair of one William Regal, I believe. Hard to tell. Hard to tell as the focus is now shifted to the entering Lance Storm with Just Incredible in tow. Here come the Impact players. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get it. I think that's William Regal. Yeah, Kevin Owens stealing William Regal's chair. William Regal actually will be in our main event of this charity show. Try to capture the TV championship from Edge. Next to Reverend Devon, Regal and Devon on commentary. A singles contest. Oh, just incredible. Tripped over the chair on his way out. Looks to be somewhat injured. Hang on, Jerry Lynn. Quick powerbomb onto that same chair. Lance Storm kips up though. What resilience. Gut wrench onto that chair. Seen a lot of action so far. Regal still wishing he was seeing action by just sitting on it calmly. Slowing things down at the moment is Lance Storm here against Jerry Lynn. Thank you very much, referee Tony Khan, getting that chair out of the way. Crowd loves weapons, hates cages. Well, certainly do a lot with weapons. Just Incredible and Kevin Owens. The seconds here, oh my God! Poison Rana! Into the camel clutch by Tony Khan. Laying down the law. That's the referee of this one. Oh, nice counter to a choke slam by Jerry Lynn, who now has a glass bottle. Quick sip. Oh! Clobber with a bridge. Meanwhile, cattle mutilation on Kevin Owens by Tony Khan, your referee. As they fight for submission perhaps over there. Already up to 4 stars. A minute and a half in. Go home, guys. Oh, trying to slow things down once again. Lance Storm aware that the referee is currently distracted by Jerry Lynn's tag team partner. So he's doing his best to just wear down Jerry. Nice cartwheel out of the way by Lynn. Oh, into the... Nicely done into like a bounce off the ropes. I've never seen that. That's pretty neat. Nice timing there by Lynn. Sunset flip on Storm. No rope breaks by default in the Strong Style Wrestling promotion. The only problem I have is I'm just far enough away from my computer desk that it's kind of a pain in the butt to use my mouse to do the camera. Let's see if I can spin this way. I mean, there, I guess I can rotate the chair a little bit too. That helps. Now I'm just kind of like giving you a little shoulder. Ooh. Ooh. We're watching some wrestles. Ooh. Ooh. Man, Storm controlling the pace here. And crowd loving it. Just strategically wearing down Jerry Lynn best he can. Oh, God. I think Storm countered that. Oh, he definitely clotheslined him. Adrenaline rush from one half of the Impact players. Lance Storm been dominating this one into the half crab. Not going to win in the matchup. His signature submission maneuver. There are no submissions by default in Strong Style Wrestling, as William Regal has actually joined the Impact players at ringside. Remember, Kevin Owens stole his chair from the commentation station earlier in the matchup. Storm absolutely dominating Jerry Lynn in this one. And like we said, crowd loving it. Lynn more concerned with staying hydrated than anything else. Hang on. Big powerbomb by Lynn. He's got a couple of those hit during the match. That's about it. That's about the sum total of his offense, as he has brass knuckles and a water bottle. He's going to work on the arm of Storm, who quickly evades. Oh, nice. Absorbs the super kick. Runs out of the way of the Chun-Li attack as well, does Lynn. Nice kick defense this late in the game. Oh, dear Lord. Clattering each other in the center of the ring. Both men down. Back up. Into the cover goes Storm. 2, 3, that will do it! In an absolute classic, apparently. Weird finish, but I'll take it. A masterful match. Remember, this is a charity event. We're just doing this to try to drive as many fans into the attendance as possible. And so far, so good. Oh, it ended. You jerk. What's next? All right. Ooh. Here we go. Charity event. So 3,800. Landstorm pin Jerry Lynn. Masterful. 408. Profile went up. Jerry Lynn's status has not been affected because the match was so dope. Kevin Owens is not happy that his client lost. Sting. What's up, Sting? Uh-oh. Yes, we do, Stinger. I'm not sure you appreciate how important I am to strong style wrestling. Pay me an extra $6 grand right now, or we'll see how this show goes on without me. Sting, you're not booked tonight. You're not booked tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you to honor your contract. Since I'm obviously not important to the show, I'm sure you'll get on just fine without me. Sting! I didn't have him booked tonight, so we'll see what happens. If he shows up next week, he's back in the mix. If he doesn't, whatever. I'm not going to be held up for money by anyone, Stinger. All right. First off, we're going to set the referee. We're just going to go 1, 2, 3 across the board here in terms of referees. So it's Aubrey's turn. We got to put our babyface in one corner. That's going to be Kenny Omega back from his sort of pout. And who can we put him with? Who can we put him with that also has... You know what? We'll put him with Austin Aries. Just because they both have, like, some wear and tear on them. I was going to put him in there with Bray Wyatt, but Bray Wyatt is full health. You know? Skill and agility, pretty good. On Aries, we'll still get a good match out of it. So we're going to go here, just because we haven't seen it so far in our time with Strong Style Wrestling. So let me update my notes. So even though I have booked the 2 shows, I just updated that on the fly. I've actually updated both matches on the fly. The first one was going to be a tag match, but I changed it to a singles to keep costs down because, again, this is a charity show. And then this one, he had a different opponent, and I changed it to Austin Aries based on the health. Okay, so... Oops, no, not this one. Props. Props inside the ring. They really like weapons, so let's give them a few more. That's a nice dozen. Standard rule set. There we go. I'll add a script on this, so we'll put a little extra heat on, like, we'll have Austin Aries come out and badmouth them kind of thing. Like, Austin Aries mocks Kenny Omega's name. Let's go with that. And everything else I think we have set. Everything else will unfold before us. Okay, so our next matchup. It's time for Kenny Omega, Austin Aries. Yes, I understand that Aries is somewhere controlling his narrative, but no such attitude issues, or behavioral problems, difficulties, complications in the Strong Style Wrestling universe here in glorious December of 2000. Some of these people on my roster wouldn't be old enough to be wrestling. Just throwing that out there. With Saraya, it says, but it looks like he's come out with Saraya and Bobby Roode in tow. All 3 members of the Dirty Heels. What's going on, Rocco? Nice to see you, buddy. Hope you're having a great day. What's going on? This is a singles contest between Aries and Kenny Omega. Let's not forget. Aries got to get in the ring. Start cutting his promo here. As it looks like... oh, geez, I forget her name. Hang on. What kind of name is Kenny Omega? Speaking of names, were you bored with that or did you choose it? I'm doing all right today, buddy. I'm feeling a little drained due to some obligations earlier, but I'm good now. Do you think I got where I am today with a name like that? Give yourself a chance! I don't suppose it matters what your name is anyway, since there's going to be history after this match. Kylie Barrier and Just Incredible at the desk. You're right, my name is going down in history as the guy that ended the career of Austin Aries. I mean, Austin Aries kind of ended his own career with some of his opinions, but whatever. Saraya, meanwhile, immediately into the face of Kenny Omega. As per usual, a standard no disqualification match. So Saraya and Bobby Roode, all three members of the Dirty Heels, that is Austin Aries' tag team partner and manager. Everybody's allowed at ringside. Ooh. Odds stacked against Kenny Omega. Plus he's like hurting. I don't think he rested. He like left the show in a huff. I don't think he rested. Doing okay? How are you today? Yeah, I answered that. Phew, just double check. Thanks, Brain. No problem, Brain. What is going on with Aubrey? I just saw her cartwheel. Oh, she's trying to get Saraya out of the ring. The hard way. Those two might have to have a confrontation at some point. Some matches coming up soon? Yeah. Ladies match next. Try to do at least. On the TV shows, I go 4 and 2. Hang on, hang on. Ooh. Austin Aries almost stealing it there really quickly from Kenny Omega, who, as we said, has been pretty worn down. Like, it doesn't look like they rested in their time away. I mean, their voluntary time away. Oh, yeah, they were hurt because they got a laceration. So it could be that they're worn down and they're just, like, not quite recovered their bloods yet. Oh, yes, what an ending to last night's AEW Dynamite. As it was happening, like, Rob and I, we watched the show together, like, Rob and I were talking about, like, oh, this is great because they can drag this out for weeks. It can go this way, it can go that way. One can turn on them this way for this reason. This other can turn this way for that reason. Da-da-da-da-da. And we were discussing that, like, before, around the conclusion of the matchup. And then at the conclusion of the matchup, his feed kept going. My feed on cable resets at the top of the hour, so it, like, technically puts me back to current time for me, which is, like, typically 35 seconds ahead of him, and I usually, like, back up so we're in sync for the show. But at the very end, on the overrun, when that sync up happens at 10 p.m., I'm 30 seconds ahead of him, so it skipped the thing up the ramp. So I just got where she's already, like, attacking people. I'm like, oh, wow, they went for it right away, and I had to, like, try to keep quiet as best I could, because, like, it's, you know, it's not worth it to sync up for, like, 3 minutes of show. So I just kind of, like, keep quiet and let him watch the end of it at his own time and react to stuff. But I could not warn him, but, like, prepare him to be like, oh, buddy, there's something's about to happen here. You know, something, you know, and oh, geez, what a fun time that was. Did a great job, too. Like, looked fantastic. A lot of heel turns lately on that show, too. Like, 3 or 4. Like, they've been running them week to week. Like, there was MJF revealing his true colors last week, which isn't technically a heel turn, kind of. There's, like, Mercedes Moné. It's a little more gradual, but it's still there. Like, Statlander turning on Willow happened recently. Lots of fun stuff. Oh. Austin Aries trying to set up a stretcher. Kenny Omega just wailing on him with a steel chair, trying to close that gap endurance-wise. Aries trying to ground him. Referee Aubrey Edwards still thoroughly distracted by Saraya. Meanwhile, Bobby Roode is on the other side of the ring, pretty much behaving himself. Oh no, I say that and here he comes. Perhaps he's going to try to get a hold of Saraya. Some sort of control. Let's focus on the action if we can. Trading submissions on the floor. Let me get a little water. I enjoyed the show overall last night, Rocco. Like the 2 finals matches were good. I thought they told their stories well. The only kind of slow bit, as it usually is, was the Jericho section. And even that ended in, like, a big something. You know what I mean? Like a big, ah! So, whoa, my goodness! Bobby Roode with a reverse worm out of the corner. That's not going to win you the matchup, but that'll psych up your charge. Austin Aries is inspired for a dropkick off the top rope that misses wildly. Kenny Omega distracted by Saraya. Somebody grab that toilet paper. Maybe dab away some of the blood. Aries blocking those shots with that glass bottle. We're taking a swig of what looks like vinegar. goes Aries now into side control of that headlock. Kenny Omega technically tapping out, but we have no submissions here in the SSW by default, so that is not going to stop the matchup. It is up to Kenny Omega to break the hold or Austin Aries to release it. Aubrey Edwards letting him know. Oh, hang on before we go any further. Are you living that dream? Is it more than it seems? Is it cookies and cream? What's the snack of the stream? Snack of the stream. Thank you so much for asking. The snack of the stream today. Kind of a trail mix. Hang on, pin attempt here. 2 and ooh, Aries almost getting the 3. We've got ourselves peanuts, cashews, looks like sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, sultana raisins, dried cranberries. Seems like a decent time. Trail mix, today's snack of the stream. Poke in the background, having a great time. Deep-seated camel clutch here by Kenny Omega. Again, no submissions in the SSW. Pardon me while I set the drone cam on auto and have some snacky. My first food of the day. Been up and making phone calls since 8 a.m. Crossface here applied by Austin Aries, just spinning Kenny Omega around the canvas. Oh, nice counter. Just that quickly, Kenny Omega now in control of Austin Aries. Both of these gentlemen feeling the effects of this matchup. Would love them to wrap it up and go home before it starts creeping toward the 15-minute mark and the crowd turns on them. All right, let's go to the finish. I don't even care who wins. There it is. Kenny Omega to the cover. 2. No! Aries kicks out. Kenny gets him back up. Into a full body sleeper. Let's go, because he realizes there are no submissions. Oh! Blasted in the face with a roll of toilet paper. Got him up! Oh dear, didn't have the strength to keep him up. But he's still going for the cover. 2, 3, and he pins an exhausted Austin Aries. I'll take it. I'll take it. Hey, Epic Store, get out of here. Get out of here, Epic Store. Why are you even open right now? Hang on one second. Get out of here, you silly Billy. Gee whiz. Okay, let's get back over here. An exceptional match. Under 8 minutes. Loved it. Somewhere between like the 8 to 12 minute mark. That's usually where we can hit like the 5 stars. Austin Aries' status didn't go down for losing because it was a good match. Kenny's profile has risen for winning, or just for going up. Saray's disappointed that he lost. Bobby Roode's disappointed as well. You're letting everybody down, Austin Aries. All right, match 3. Hey, not so bad. Speaking of Saraya, stay nearby because your match is up next. You're facing Alexa Bliss. Purple fight. Who is this refereeing? Is that Cody? Oh, Christian. No. It's Conrad's turn. Kind of like that. So standard rules. Let's see what we can do here. Props. We're going to prop him up to 12. We're going to throw him in the ring. You know what? Apropos of nothing, we're going to give him, here we go. Barbed wire ropes. Yikes. Okay, so since we're doing that, let's go props inside the ring. Gotta be gifts. Gotta be gifts. All right, so a dozen, let's do actually 20. And inside and outside the ring so they can voluntarily leave through the barbed wire if they want to. But this is a barbed wire match between Saraya and Alexa Bliss. They are not attired for this properly. Not at all. Is it an argument? Hang on. Tray friend. Barbed wire. Saraya gloats about using barbed wire ropes. I don't know if that makes her a babyface. We'll find out. She's gloating. That doesn't seem like a positive trait. We'll see. So, Saraya, Alexa Bliss, barbed wire ropes. Here we go. Bunch of weapons around. They love it. They love the weaponry. They can't get enough. Looks like Saraya's got something to say. Coming out with that microphone. Gotta watch yourself getting in under the bottom rope here. Very carefully makes her way into the ring. I mean, Tex, that's one school of thought, that if the ropes are barbed wire, then the clothes should be minimal. But more on that once we get through this. When you're dealing with a rabid animal, rope can't contain it as well as barbed wire. She's calling Alexa Bliss a rabid animal? All you deserve to feel is the pain of torn flesh as I beat you from one side of this ring to the other. Like, I understand, in terms of not wanting it to catch on stuff. But you're the only animal in this ring, Saraya, and I'll put you down, says tiny little Alexa Bliss. My school of thought is, if I'm wearing, like, a pair of jeans and a nice t-shirt, like, tucked in and stuff, I don't care if it catches on the barbed wire, because that's not my flesh catching on the barbed wire instead. In this case, it's barbed wire directly into flesh. So, you know, more power to you. There are, weapons on inside and outside the ring. We don't know what they are, for the most part. One seemed to be a trash can lid. A beautiful gift for anyone this holiday season. Gives you more incentive not to be thrown. Should Pretzel Rocks be playing? It should. It thinks it should, but I don't hear it. Yes, it is. It's kind of low in the mix. Thing rock. You don't hear the rockabilly music? Is it not playing through here? It's going to out the desktop audio. Oh, that's still fine. That's all in the mix and whatnot. It is rather low. It's just in the background. Hang on, let me crank it for you. There you go. This was just a quiet, spooky thing. Hear that saxophone in the background? It's just to like underlay. There, that's the spooky song we just played. We're already past that one. Or no, now we're into holding hands. Yeah, now we're holding hands. Here we go. It's just a little, like, embedded. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a little underneath. I don't want it to overwhelm the excitement of the crowd and everything like that. I think it's kind of fun to throw a little tunage underneath. These two ladies beating the crap out of each other while I'm talking about the background music. My apologies. Oh, don't apologize, buddy. Valid question. For all I know, I could be hearing it in my headphones and it wasn't actually broadcasting. Nothing like a quick tech check. We got Raven and Tony Khan calling this one. Raven, I don't think, has ever been in a barbed wire match, even though you'd think he had been. With his style of shenanigans. Alexa Bliss Germaned over the top to the floor. Probably did her a favor. Saraya carefully rolling out onto the bottom rope to avoid that barbed wire. And now we can see what are in the gifts, quote unquote. What weaponry lies in these gifts on the floors. You see the deep lacerations all over the body of Saraya. Don't worry, they will heal before your very eyes throughout this matchup. All right, Alexa grabs a gift. Now they're fighting on the apron. Dear Lord. Both women risking injury every time they enter and exit the ring. That's what it means to fight for our fans here at this charity. Imagine going to a charity wrestling event and they have a barbed wire rope match. Like there's a bunch of kids in the audience just trying to have a good time. This is what we think of. This is a good time for us here at SSW. Wrestling for the sickos. That seems to be a popular sentiment these days. Hang on, roll through by Saraya. Just gets a 1 count. Alexa Bliss so strong in the kick out she bowls over referee Conrad Thompson as well. As somebody's tickling the ivories in the background. Oh! Oh, it's still the Holding Hands song. Saraya wailing on her with that microphone. Decided endurance advantage in the corner of Saraya. Conrad, did you want to maybe move out of the way, buddy? Hurricane Rana by Bliss. Couldn't follow up with an attack. Back and forth they go in the roll-ups. Bliss has got her down too. Saraya out at 2. Getting in the face of Conrad about it. No rope breaks in the SSW by default. It's a no DQ match. Hang on. Bliss into the cover. Got her. Bliss out of nowhere steals the win on the dominant Saraya. At some point I spit a little bit of nut. Forward. Gotcha. I saw it go through this little thing. Okay, an exceptional barbed wire match. It's a 4.5 star. Profile improved by winning. Suffered considerably by losing. At a major event. We only have TV shows and pay-per-views, so they're all major events, are they not? Okay, Bliss picking up the big dub. More singles activity next, because we're just doing singles matches for the for a charity show and trying to keep the costs down. Okay, let's go ahead and change those ropes back. Good work, everybody. Good work on that. Good work. We can do props over here. Dozen weapons inside the ring, so they use them for sure. Lenient, so they can be used properly. No time limit. All that's fine. What do we got going on here? Middle of the show or start of the second half of the show? Okay. In this corner, Brad Anderson. In this corner, John Moxley. In this referee, Tony Khan. Oh, Tony Khan. We got a lot of contracts coming up. I just saw that. You did like the tease between Hangman and Rainmaker? Yeah. Hangman being like this sort of lone wolfish, too heel for the heels. Doesn't play well with others. Like, I like the character work. My only like little tweak is I would really like him to show up in like new gear, because like flame motif like at your cuffs and I don't know, it seems a little dated to me. That's just a personal fashion opinion. That's not anything to do with like my overall impression. But that's just a me thing there. This doesn't need anything. They're just gonna fight. They're just gonna fight. Alright, got these done. Don't need a script. Danielson, Moxley, let's go. Tony Khan, your rep. More singles activity. Got the ring area cleared up. Got the ropes replaced once again. With the microphone, we're not going to turn that on. Under a strict time limit thing. No sponsors would kick our butt if we ran long, so. And you see, he's trying 2 microphones, neither of them are working. He's furious. He's got a lot to say about the environment that Danielson, but. Alright, ding, 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 and away we go. Oh, into the armbar immediately. What a float over by Danielson. Into the face of Moxley. Trying to hyperextend that arm. Separated from the shoulder joint. Pretty accurate Alexa Bliskoff playing the crowd there. Man, relentless on that arm so far is Bryan Danielson. Sound strategy. Take away a limb from your opponent. Rolls through. Gets countered by Moxley, but he bumps into the ref on the way by. Just a 1 count, and then right back to the arm goes Danielson. Somebody exploded a package of ketchup. Look at it getting sucked into the mat before our very eyes. Look at that. Look at it go. It's literally getting smaller. The mat absorbs it to make the fights tougher. Oh god, the tombstone! To the head, then the head scissor takeover. Danielson into a quick cover, too. Ooh, that could have been over in a hurry. Oh, now Moxley working the arm of Danielson. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Got him up. Pile driver to Danielson. Danielson clutching at his neck and face. His neck face. His face neck. Danielson tries to get a bit of a break as he rolls out of the ring. Now an attaché case in the hands of Tony Khan, trying to clear the ring of all the weaponry, keep this a fair, even, human physicality-based fight without the accoutrement, the various plunder at ringside. As Moxley goes into the corner, oh, nice enziguri by Danielson. Slowly getting back in this thing. This is the American Dragon. Even though we started on top, oh God, and speaking of top, he was just thrown over to the floor. May have bounced off the stairs on his way by. Moxley follows him out. Eats that leg lariat and asks for more does Jon Moxley. Monkey flipping Danielson towards the ring, but not back inside. Oh, excuse me, getting in the way of these cosplayers in the crowd is our drone cam. On the floor. Oh, and then a neck breaker to Danielson, whose face looks pretty swollen if I'm honest. Oh, that sign out of the way. Let's get them out of the way of the sign. All right, back in the ring, yo. Fun background music. Anderson back inside. Moxley finally follows him in. Once again, keeping things grounded. Oh dear, Danielson. His face getting squeezed so hard he would have tapped out. But we don't have those. Sorry, buddy. Gotta fight your way back into it. Oh God, look at the blood just pooling out of Bryan Danielson's body, being squeezed out of all the orifices in his head. In an excruciating amount of pain is the American Dragon. Quite the uphill battle. Tried the gut wrench, got countered into a head scissor takeover. Moxley into the cover and does it. Jon Moxley with a burst of adrenaline after the match is over. What just happened? Moxley pinned Bryan Danielson in an outstanding match. His profile has improved considerably. Okay, 1 second. So Moxley, your winner there. Danielson, his profile suffered considerably. I mean, I feel like he's still pretty popular, doing great. Strong Style Wrestling have undermined Federation Online in Brazil after setting a new attendance record of 6160. Their reach now extends to 30% of the world. We still have 2 more matches to go to pump that number up. That's all we're trying to do, is get that number as high as possible. All right. Next up. Correct, it is Aubrey's turn. What do I have on? Okay. Is this right? Did I get that right? I did. Okay. Holly Holm versus Velvet Sky. So let's go ahead and set up our standard rule set. Is this song done soon? It is if I hit this button. That was just the same thing over and over, like the same literal, just the one beat, like the same 4/4 measure over and over again. That was not enough of a song. Props. Inside, of course, we're going to increase the number of weapons because the crowd loves them. Rules are already set. What else can we be doing here? They hate cages. Oh, you know what we can do? Let's make this a fight elsewhere. Yeah, they're gonna fight in the gym. Let's do that. Oh, there's mats down. I love it. Also really digging what's going on here. Okay, so once again, I'm still gonna crank up the weaponry. Yeah, just a dozen guns. Let's do that. That seems reasonable. I can't help it. I love the gifts because you don't know what's in them. Okay, so there's going to be a bit of furniture in here. Those might be the mats themselves. Inside the ring, quote unquote. Large gifts. I'll just put random just to see where they show up. Rule set's still fine. It's still lenient in that you have to pin inside the ring. No, let's go hardcore just to make sure the pins count anywhere. Let's throw a little stank on it. Whoa! Hollyholm threatens to hurt Velvet Sky's loved ones. Let's do that. That seems like a thing we can do. Alright, so Hollyholm, Velvet Sky, a confrontation in the gymnasium. A backstage singles contest. What if you didn't have a referee? How would this work? Velvet Sky coming out. Oh my god, they got commentators. That's hilarious. Jerry Lynn and Lance Storm, who were opponents earlier today. Mending fences at the gym. I will never stop dreaming of all the different ways to hurt you most, Velvet Sky. Yikes. But then I realized I don't have to hurt you at all, so much as the people closest to you. Run the track to improve your steam. That's why the next time you see William Regal, will be in a hospital bed, and it'll be all your fault. What connection does she have to William Regal? You'll be in the bed right next to him, Hollyholm. You're going to regret taking this to the next level. Ding, 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 dang, ding. Ding, ding, dang. Where is everybody? Hollyholm setting up a stretcher. Aubrey offering a gift to Velvet Sky. She refuses. A gift and a brick. She refused both. Okay, I'm assuming this is playing on all the screens inside the arena. Quick roll through. Nicely countered by Holly into a 1 count. I could have gone with like 20 weapon-wise. Aubrey with that skateboard, kind of bogarting the prizes here. She's the only person that's opened stuff up, and she's not a combatant like Aubrey. It's for the fighters. You're just there to ref. I understand the temptation of all these ref gifts. I get it. But they aren't addressed to you. They're for Holly and Velvet. Or Holly or Velvet. Either way. She now drags a gurney over. Oh! Velvet Sky bounced face first off of it. That couldn't have happened without the interference or assistance, I guess, of referee Aubrey Edwards. Who once again grabs it. Looks to be setting it up. Yep. As she holds a present and a skateboard. Like, why are you taking these things away from the fighters, Aubrey? I'm going to have to talk about your attitude later. Oh my gosh, it's a stick of dynamite in the hands of Velvet Sky. She seems thrilled. Oh dear! Oh dear! Until that happened and it exploded. Oh my word. What did Aubrey get? Like an urn? Or a vase? A flower pot? I'm gonna go with urn, maybe. It's too late for the bomb squad. I mean, call somebody to fix the floor. That big black hole in it there. Oh dear! Yoinking the stretcher from underneath Velvet Sky. Oh, and leaving herself right for an ankle pick. Again, no submissions, but Velvet Sky certainly wanting to do damage. The noted MMA fighter Hollyholm. This gurney seems to be a real sticking point for everybody here, except for the gentleman over here at the table, casually observing the matchup in lieu of a commentation station. Aubrey, is that a sack? It is a sack. Oh my god, it was a sack of thumbtacks. This just in. Not an urn or a vase or a flower pot. A cloth bag full of thumbtacks, full of flat thumbtacks. This game's hilarious. Back and forth they roll around. Merrily we roll along. But it is not going to end this matchup. It is going to certainly torture your opponent, however. Which suits Holly Holm just fine. Drop toe onto the stretcher. Now she's got a brick. Drown her slowly. Several style points if you got that reference. Look at the blood flying every time Holly Holm is struck with that as yet unwrapped present. What vile device could possibly be in there to elicit so much blood from the wounds of Holly Holm? What could be so devastating inside that box? A little bit of a wood pallet, because again, Aubrey Edwards is the one opening all the gifts. They're not addressed to you, Aubrey. Velvet, open up that package. What's in there? Oh, nice spin kick to Holm. There she goes. Oh, it's a dumbbell. Yeah, that'll do some damage. Oh my god, just finally got her face with a dumbbell. She goes low. Oh no. Right to the baby maker. Rolls over. One, two, three. Velvet Sky with your victory. Not a bad little matchup. It was those shots with the dumbbells that really did it. Like, once that got over. Thanks for the still of the matchup to being these two gentlemen that had virtually nothing to do with it. Why is that the highlight in the review? These guys watched it. Anyway, an excellent backstage match. Velvet Sky with the, I would say, upset victory. I would categorize it as such, for sure. Holm's profile going down. That encounter established Velvet Sky as a face who now has the support of the fans. Sure. And Aubrey Edwards has gone home early. Yeah, because she's laden down with gifts that she stole. She's like, I'll be right back. And she's loading a bunch of stuff in the trunk of her car, and then she pieces out. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it, Aubrey. Mm-hmm. Okay, main event time. Let's get back to the Epic Arena. Let's put a ring back, shall we? There we go. It was at 92%, so we want to be consistent there. No cage. They hate those. We're going to defend the title because it's going to be a title match. Just a second here. Let's get the props done here as well. I'm going to go 20. I'm going to go random. And you know I'm going... Ooh, what do I want to do instead? Let's actually pick something. You know what? I'm going to put... that's not that bad of a weapon. I was going to put cardboard just to be like... I'm hoping to inspire them into like a breakdancing battle, but I don't know if that's an option. Light tubes seems like a good way to go. Ooh, they do run out though. See, that's the only problem there is that they would break. Pizzas. Rubber chickens, that's Cody Rhodes' thing. We didn't get to see the thumbtacks used last time. Let's do a whole lot of thumbtacks this time. So that'll be the primary weapon in this one. Y'all. It's this slow jam called On the Road Again. I love it. Plays. Okay, yes, more twang. Cast. So we got a challenger and champion in the corner. So our champion is Edge. Put the TV belt on the line, and he needs a heel to face. William Regal was going to be the answer there. So William Regal Edge in a match for the TV title with a lot of thumbtacks around. So let's see if we have somebody like relishing the fact that they can specifically use thumbtacks. Probably not. Relationships. None of these things are real. No. I mean, I can go champion. You expect this match to be tacky? Sames. I'm just curious if they do little things like they'll take a bump in the tax, and some tax will actually be on the character's models. I don't think so, but I'm just curious to see if that's part of it. William Regal warns Edge to kiss their title goodbye. Let's do that. So that's a heel calling out a babyface, I would say. And away we go with your main event for the first of 2 shows this afternoon. A singles match for the television championship. Here comes your champion Edge on the way to the ring. Champ out first. Oh yes, all these bags of things. There's a ring bell. See, you still get a variety of weapons, but they're primarily bags of thumbtacks. William Regal. It says so like 3 times on the screen, or it said 3 times on the screen at that point. Everybody knows how much you love that television title of yours, Edge, says William Regal, menacingly. But you're going to have to kiss it goodbye after I win it and shove it in your face. Which, this sounds just like William Regal, too. These are the sorts of things that he threatens people with. To rub it in my face, you'd have to be holding the gold first, and I don't intend to let it go. Yeah, you tell him. And I'm afraid that means the only heart being broken tonight will be yours, William Regal. I will not take you to the Sadie Hawkins dance. Referee 8 well out of position during this roll-up. Meanwhile, Saraya and Raven on commentary. Oh God, speared through the table, but Regal holds on. Edge actually took the worst of that spear through the table, it seems. Because he hasn't even gotten his title off. Oh, Edge kind of beat up already. Nice atomic drop. Edge trying to slow things down while he can wear Regal down and regain some stamina himself. Smartly done here from your television champion. You wouldn't normally want to take the fight to the mat against the likes of William Regal, but that just shows you the confidence of a reigning TV champion. And their strategy, and as I say that, he gets reversed into a Dragon Sleeper by the challenger. Oh, able to roll through. Nicely done. Pac and Brandon going to London. Which one wins the title? Brandon. I mean Bryan Danielson. Which title is Pac's challenging for the international at Wembley? I don't think either of them are changing hands. I think they're just gonna be kick butt matches. Like, I feel like, I don't know. They keep doing this with Pac, where he's like, this time it's different. I keep losing. This time it's different. Or have they started doing that at least? Or they're, kicking that back up, kicking that dust back up. So I feel like he needs another substantial loss like that to, to actually push him to doing something that, like, even more drastic. I don't know. I always pictured him in the House of Black. Maybe that's just me. However, if they want to get the title off of Ospreay and give it to someone like deserving that technically held the belt when it was the All-Atlantic, and it is a workhorse title, and Pac is a workhorse, and they want to move Ospreay onto other things like Continental, TBS, World, whatever. I'm not opposed to it. I'm never opposed to Pac holding gold. Hang on, speaking of holding gold, Edge looking to retain there. Just got a 1 count on Regal. But I don't think either of them win a belt. I don't see Danielson winning the world title and then retiring with it. I think if that was pitched to him, he would do his best to shoot that down. Like, it's not like it. I'm not going to say it devalues the title, but him winning the Owen tournament and getting technically a belt out of that, I feel like that's sufficient for his run in AEW. He's got a little something he can take home and mount on his wall as a physical souvenir to go with all the kinesio tape and scars and stuff, I just think it's gonna be gonna be a hell of a match. I know people are disappointed that it wasn't Hangman because they desperately want Hangman Swerve, but that's, I think, part of the reason why they didn't give it to you right now, is that they'll give it to you like six months from now when you're desperate for it, you know, or when they can get back to it. It seems like Hangman's got some unfinished business with Jeff Jarrett at the moment, but maybe that's just me. Spear by Edge to retain! He has done it! Successful defense from your TV champ! Man, the earlier part of the show is the best part. Status didn't go down because it was a great match, which is fantastic. Okay. Let me go back to the thing here. Oh, did Pretzel Rocks poop out on me? One sec. Oh no, I just started something new. Okay. Sensational championship match. Love that. Status not affected. Cemented his reign by defending it. Strong Style Wrestling has sustained their following Brazil after setting a new attendance record of 87.5. 8700. 8750. Will winning in London? Well, he's the international champ, right? He'd be facing Pac, wouldn't he? Is that how that works? I'm sometimes confused by all their belts. How come there's no, like, who's the number one contender for Okada's belt right now? What's he doing? What's he going to be doing? Anyway, let's broadcast this sucker. Ooh, look at Federation Online slipping. Woo, we've done it. 99. $0 donated. Mariah May winning in London. I can see that happening. I can see. Oh my God! Look at. I just lost $63,000. Neat. I can see what she did to Tony, like rattling Tony, and it being like something she wasn't expecting, etc., etc. Love, fire, hate, managers. Okay, I can work with that. Taking over South America, y'all. Kenny Omega's contract expires next week. I got some work to do. Sting's contract is out. He walked out last week, so we got some contract negotiations to do this week. That's hilarious. Sting's back from his absence and getting ready to get back to work. Hey guys, I'm back to work. Oh no, you're sitting down here and we're talking about your contract. Bad news, Kingston's profile has suffered for not being on TV. He's on the next show. Don't worry about it. RBD's feud with Kevin Owens appears to have lost momentum and is no longer over. That's fine. I was expecting... Okay, Kylie Barrier's contract has expired. We gotta re-sign her. Holly Holm, gotta re-sign her. Aubrey Edwards is back. Nice to see ya. Kurt Angle has defeated Brock Lesnar to become the new heavyweight champion of Weekend Warriors. Congratulations. Damien Demento has defeated Bathroom Bill to become the new postgraduate champion. Love that. Of Wrestling School. All right. Federation Online is in the toilet. Yes, I think they should win the trios titles. Yes, I think the trios title should be used to put 3 people over at a time, and they should be like low down the card. And the patriarchy being a healed set of champions that has those belts does more for them than it does anyone else holding those titles. Bang Bang Gang don't need them. There's 4 people in that faction anyway. They can be going for singles things separately. They can be doing personal feuds, etc., etc. House of Black, I don't want them to ever be trios champions again. Same thing. There are a couple of tag teams in there. I would really love for them to do single stuff instead. I think Malachi Black on his own, fantastic singles. Brody King on his own, fantastic singles. Buddy Matthews or Murphy, whichever it is in this league, on his own, great singles wrestler. I don't see him as rising as high as the other two, but I don't know. No, I'm happy at Strong Style. Federation Online is in the toilet. I'm in the best promotion in the world. All right, Stinger, what's going on, bud? Only paid for winning matches. Let's try it. Default terms. Okay. Okay. No problem there. $7,000 a week. You want to honor your previous deal? Creative control. He wants creative control. Does the Stinger. I believe Stinger may be leaving us today. All right, here's what I'm going to actually offer you. 6 months. I'll give you 5 grand. Welcome back, Stinger. Same salary, less time. All right, Kylie Barrier's turn. What's going on, Kylie? Again, I only like hiring people for 6 months at a time. There we go. Welcome back, Kylie. That was easy. Tony Khan! Tony Khan! Tony Khan! We need you here, buddy. 14 weeks. I'm going to up that to 6 months. How's that sound? Tony Khan! How dare you offer me such a pathetic contract? You're obviously not taking this very seriously. He's going to walk. He's going to walk. He's going to walk. Bye, Tony! Oh, no. He's, like, super highly rated. We're interested in bringing the great Sasuke to Weekend Warriors. What's up, Dana White? Okay, what do you want? What are you going to pay me for him? I understand he's still under contract for another 6 months. Would you be willing to release him for $86,900? Nope. Get over $100,000. And we'll talk about it. Oh, that's it. We'll just wait. All right, wait your 6 months. Okay, we have to find a new referee. I didn't know that was a thing. Oops, who do I grab for that? Like Earl? Can I hire Earl? Gino? They're in gray. Do they have to be somebody that starts gray? Downside guarantee. I need a third referee here. Oh, I don't want. Dr. Stainton. I like the idea of having 3 refs. Oops. Okay, go back a little bit. Tony, what are you doing, buddy? Who is taking the title off the Rainmaker? I don't know, but that should be... I mean, I would love if Eddie Kingston came back and got it. Because he lost it to him in the first place, right? Like a redemptive story there would be nice. But it's not necessary. That's an excellent question. You know what would be fun? Okada, Darby Allin. Let's simmer on that for a little bit. I'm gonna see if he'll even talk to me, because I don't think he will, but let's see. He'll probably be like, we just talked. We just talked. Yeah, we already talked. Okay. So what is he? He's getting paid nothing, it says there. Oh, his skills are so dope, though. That's the problem. Okay, Weekend Warriors, Mr. Fuji. I definitely don't want Dan or Joe Rogan. What's up, player? Too long is under way too long a contract. Dr. Dash. Way too long a contract. Oh! Haha! I'm gonna try to steal Simon Lamont. Simon, come on through. What does he need? He doesn't need incentive. He's not gonna be working like that. You wanna come work for us? It's more like I get paid no matter what, otherwise you won't use me properly. How about I just raise your salary? We still haven't forgiven Strong Style Wrestling for stealing Northwest USA from Maple Leaf Grappling. So that's a heck no. We still haven't. Alright, let's try to bring in Red Shoes. Nice to meet you, Red Shoes. You want to come in and ref for us? That sounds like a great contract. You want it? Ah, you stole Afghanistan from Rising Sun Puroresu. Did we steal it or did we earn it by putting on a better show? Very interesting. I wonder what I need to do here. I don't know who this guy is. Dr. Stankton? Shane McMahon. Bring in Shane McMahon. Wait a minute. How come he isn't signed anywhere? AJ, what are you doing? Wow, look at that price tag. That's probably why. That's a Tony Hawk. Oh, Tommy Hawk. Okay. Tony Hawk. Maybe I can sign Jim Ross and put him to work as a referee. Yes, there should absolutely be a female Blood and Guts. That'd be dope. Yes. Absolutely. That'd be great. Every single time the women are given like a no DQ or street fight or any sort of like extreme plunder match, whatever, they bust their ass at every opportunity. So yes, they should absolutely do Blood and Guts. They would be great. All right, you want to be a super high paid ref? Those days are behind me. How about I give you $5,000 and pay you $2,000 a week? Okay. How about I give you health insurance? You're not going to get hurt. How about I give you health insurance? We still haven't forgiven from stealing Brazil from Federation Online. Okay. It's weird that you have this loyalty to a company that you don't have a contract with, essentially. Look how run down everyone is. Billy Kidman, Tori Wilson, and Rey Mysterio hanging out together. Alright, you tried him. I wonder how many times I have to use him as a ref before he just is a ref. Because I'll bring in beautiful Bobby Eaton for a referee. Yeah, I'll pay that, no problem. That's an upfront. I'll give you health insurance. I'll give you exactly what you're making here. Pay me what my future self would earn. You know what, buddy? You're right. You'll make more. I don't intend to get injured. Don't sell me insurance. I'm not selling you anything. I'm giving it to you. All right. How about that then? Getting closer. All right. I think we're just gonna make do with 2 referees for this next show. Got to get rolling. Match numero uno on show numero dos. Now, since we're making money on this one, I'm gonna do a tag match like right away. Not only am I doing a tag match, I'm gonna put the belts on the line right at the gate. Rocco, I think WWE already grabbed her. Because from the way that she relinquished her CMLL titles and told them that she was the CMLL and New Japan titles or whatever she still already had, and told both of those companies she was no longer able to work for either of them immediately, that seems like a thing that would be in a WWE hiree as opposed to somewhere else. Like if she was going to TNA, they wouldn't care. She could still work other places. If she was going to AEW, they would let her work her dates and drop the belts and come in, or come in with the belts and drop them over the course of like transitioning out of being, an independent wrestler and working full-time for them. It's like the move of, no, you can't. You're no longer allowed to fulfill all these dates. You have to just drop the title and join us. Seems like a WWE thing. That's just me. I have no basis on whatsoever. It's just that seems like more of a thing they would do. I'm going to back out of this real quick, just because Jeff Hardy has had this haircut forever. So we are going to go ahead and finally fix it. I mean, that's good enough, eh? Oh, hang on. Even that's better, right? Let's do that. $30. You got it. She was really good. That's probably what got, like, she was definitely on the radar of everyone after that pay-per-view match. You're not wrong, sir. Okay, back to the undercard. Yeah! Still set up properly. Oops. Tag team match. No countouts. No whatever. Well, let's see. It's going to be a tornado match. They don't like managers. I don't think anybody here has a manager. And they like... I forget. Fire. They like fire. I can do that. What can we do? Or what do we think has something with fire already built in to one of these weapons? I know you can just light stuff on fire, but there's got to be something here that like lends itself. If I put explosives every time, that's technically fire, right? So I'm going to start with explosives is our we're going to put a little pin in that for now. Let's see what else we got. I think it's going to be that. Like I can't put campfire. Getting close. Yeah, okay. So explosives, because they will explode. Things might get set on fire. Explosives. A bunch of them. Everywhere. So pinfall's got to happen in the ring. Other than that, it is a tornado tag match for the tag team titles, because belts are on the line. Yeah, belts are on the line. All right. Couldn't be more psyched thanks to this background music. Cast-wise, we're good. We only have the 2 refs, so those are the 2 refs we're using. Stand Aubrey and Conrad. All right. Tag titles up for grabs. Here we go. Explosives everywhere. Here come the Hardy Boys out first for tag team champions. Jeffrey finally growing his hair back. Against the challengers, the Flock. That's Raven leading Abyss in his new biker attire. I mean, not new. It's been around for like a few months in the game here, but if you're wondering, he's dropped the mask, and this is what he looks like now. Like an old school 80s all-Japan wrestler. As he grabs some explosives, and they go off immediately into the face of Matt Hardy. Back flipping over the top rope to the floor. Explosives everywhere. Crowd loves fire. They hate managers. Lots of opportunity for fire in this one. Raven and Jeff, middle of the ring, going at it. Drop toe, signature offense from Raven. Oh, as he mockingly puts on the tag team championship. Another explosion in the corner between Abyss and Matt Hardy. There'll be plenty of those before this match is over. Good Lord, what a hurricane rod on the floor. We're going to try to stay wide and catch all the action in this one. Abyss still psyching himself up for this matchup, even though it's already started. See eyes, the handiwork of Raven and Jeff on the floor. Oh, God! Another explosion. Abyss into the cover. 2, and that will do it. Matt Hardy's been destroyed, and we have new tag team champions. Matt Hardy got blown up on. All right, well, that didn't go too great, but we have new champs at least. That's something. The Flock winning the belts. Congratulations to them. Forgettable. Suffered from being on the losing team. Abyss required stitches. Won't be back until next week. Hardy Boys damaged their profiles by losing their tag team championships in that match. Yeah, in a minute. Yeah, sure. So nothing, like Matt's fine? That's strange. It was the that last explosion to the face of him that ended things. Okay. Let me go back. I need to check my roster real quick and look at stuff like Lita and Mickey James. Okay, so here I'm going to... Can I just clear it? There. No longer affiliated. All right, next matchup, because they don't like managers, so I don't want other people coming down. We'll do whatever we can do to make sure that happens. All right, in this corner, Lita. In this corner, Mickey James. Last question with MJF, who wins now, who wins in London? Remind me what his next couple of matches are. Like, he's probably beating up Daniel Garcia, if they're doing that soon. And then I don't remember what he's doing at Wembley so far. Did he? I can't remember. Did he challenge somebody from CMLL or something, or was that beforehand? No, that was like Forbidden Door. I honestly don't. I don't know what he's up to. I know he's like he's up in Will's face. He's trying to look past Daniel Garcia at the moment, and yeah, he called out Will. I'm sorry, man. Like, he does a 15-minute interview segment, and I can only pay attention for maybe 5 of it because it seems like it's the same stuff every time. Especially now that he's back heel. Oh, actually, okay. So MJF Ospreay next week, title on the line. So the winner of that match faces Pac in Wembley? Is that what I'm allowed to understand? Like, because that's the international title? And Pac won that 4-way last night to get the #1 contendership for Wembley, I think. Please correct me if I'm wrong there, but that's my understanding. Okay. I feel like MJF wins. Maybe Garcia costs him as some revenge or something. Or maybe does he loses clean and can't take it. Because that would technically be like 2 championship losses in a row for Will, wouldn't it? Once he's defending his titles between them, like he just lost the world title shot and then dropping the international shortly thereafter. I'd wait till Wembley if you're going to take it off him, but I don't know. Even then, Pac's story is usually that he can't win the big one, or maybe it's a nice transition to get it off of Ospreay and give Pac a huge win. But no, I don't really see MJF taking it. No. He doesn't need to get put back into title contention so soon. Like, his year-long reign as champion and a lot of his character work and stuff has established him as someone that you don't need a title in order to give him a reason to fight somebody. Like, you just need to give him, I mean, obviously, they can't not give him the microphone. So just give him some time to, like, you know what I mean? Like, talk the reasoning into existing. Ladies seem a little tentative here as the High Flyer is calling this one. That's Sabu and Rob Van Dam on commentary. It's nice to see a tag team calling the action together. Haven't had that often. Quick roll up. Come on, ladies. Don't make me do it. If this hits the 15-minute mark, I'm starting to send people out. That's all I'm going to say. Start sending people out there. Oh, spikes over the DDT. They like fire. I should do explosions for every single thing. Mind you, we got a lot of injuries in the first match, and it didn't translate to star ratings. Whoa! Big swing and a miss from both ladies there. Almost combatants. Well, Lita blocked that running knee attempt by punching Mickey James right in the pelvis. No, maybe. That could be a time to debut Ricochet. Who knows? Maybe they'll debut him as part of Team AEW in the Blood and Guts. Out of nowhere. Trying to fill the stadium. That's all I'm looking at is the crowd here. Valley! Good on, buddy! Nice to see you. Thank you so much for the subscriptione. Oh, happy day indeed. Hang on. Woo! Celebrate, damn you. Woo! A little bit of this. Thank you kindly, sir, for your continued support of the Silent G unit. Lovely to see you. Hope you're having a great day. As Lita, the adrenaline is flowing. Just Mickey James. Sort of a twist of fate. Some sort of maneuver. I'm just bouncing her head off the canvas. Oh, on vacation. Glad to hear it. Have a wonderful time wherever you happen to be. Well, watch out for the ads starting soon. Smart of you to subscribe to avoid them. Whoa, Aubrey! Pay attention to the match, please. Thank you. Yeah, ups and downs, but doing great so far this year. I mean, we're already into July, so far, kicking this year's butt. Hope the same for y'all. Rather rousing background music, too. 23 Skidoo. Yeah. Oh, yeehaw. Real Western Steel. A. Went all the way down the alphabet with that one. Come on, ladies. This is not... I mean, the star rating, which is a real fun way that we measure how good these matches are. Not raising as fast as I would hope. Crowd loves weapons. Hit him with weapons. Hey, Chip, what's going on, bud? Hope you're having a good day. What do you think Cena will do in his retirement run? Okay. The first match that comes to mind, and it's not because I'm a fan of this individual, personally, but from the publicity and promotional aspect, I think they gotta run John Cena Logan Paul before he retires. I feel like that's one of them for sure. I feel like what he's going to do in his retirement run is he'll come out and do like a series of pay-per-view matches. Like he'll, you know, come out and do like the angle work, the talking, the da-da-da, the build-up throughout your weekly TV, but he won't waste a free match on television. Maybe one final match on a SmackDown, maybe one final match on a Raw type of thing. But I feel like he's building up to a series of like final pay-per-view appearances, as he said, like Rumble, Chamber, Mania. I don't know if Chamber, Fastlane, or whatever the crap's in between Rumble or Mania anymore. But I feel like you got to go Cena Logan Paul again, just because I'm not a fan of Paul, but just because of the publicity, and it's like he's the biggest person in WWE that Logan Paul could technically be facing, and you know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense in a lot of ways, but it makes sense to me in a lot of business ways. I feel like one more time you gotta do Cena Randy Orton. Just one more time. Just for like, I don't know, the 20th pay-per-view they could, not main event, but they could have a match at, just cause. I don't necessarily think he needs, I was just about to get to that, Philly. I don't necessarily think he needs the strap. Hang on one second. What a pinning combination here from Mickey. She's kind of sitting through lead on that, but just gets a 2 count. I don't think he needs the title one more time, but if they wanted to do something briefly where like he wins the World Heavyweight title in one match and then drops it in his next pay-per-view match, or like goes out on his back losing it at his final Mania, I don't have a problem with that if it's like a short reign type of thing, just to tell that story and like close it out. Oh yeah, Aubrey here. Pretty active in these matches. With a lot of weaponry at ringside. Also, a rotating cavalcade of announcers, as today Rob Van Dam and Sabu are at the commentation station calling the action of this one. Punk Cena one last time was going to be another one that I was going to mention, but that depends on, you know, Phil being healthy, and Phil would probably not demand, but would probably strongly suggest that he should win since he's the one staying full-time with the company. I don't want Rock versus Cena again. I didn't like their 2 Mania matches, so I don't need to see that again. I don't need that to be a trilogy. And yeah, Cody, I was going to say, Cody, okay, Cody versus Cena, or the 2 of them teaming up to take on, like, like a bloodline or something like that. I don't need to see Brock again either. I'm fine with that. Lita hanging in there and hanging in there. This match slowly building in the fans' eyes. Oh, kind of overshot with that leg drop, but turned into a seated hip attack. Let's call it. Cody would be a good one. I think they got to team up though, because like, who do you flip just for the match with Cena? Yeah, you know, I don't know if we're going to see Brock for a while. Let's see how this whole lawsuit shakes out. He seems to be directly involved. Allegedly. Oh, Rocco. I don't think Cena can handle Gunther. I don't like, that would be interesting stylistically, but I don't think he can handle him. I don't think that works as well as you would want to, and I don't know if you want to take that. I don't know if he wants to take a Gunther match, you know what I mean? Cena Cody would be like Rock Hogan. You know what? Okay, I can see that take on it. As like, who do the fans want to cheer more? However, my counter to that is historically Cena's reaction has been mixed, and fans can be all too happy to boo him. So I feel like if they want to use it to boost Cody, that might be a way to go about, because like fans might be naturally inclined to boo Cena based on tradition. If Cena wins, we riot, and he's facing Cody at a Mania. Well, that's okay, Chip. I think we all saw both sides of that, where it was like akin to Rock Hogan versus like the team of Rock Hogan or whatever the matchup. Whoop! Lita with a double boot press pin, picking up the win. Hanging in there and hanging in there. Things look dire for Lita and for that matchup, to be quite frank, at the start. But they held in there, and it turned out to be a positive match. 4 stars. Status not affected. That's also good too. Cena Drew. Oh, wait a minute. Guys, you're the tag. Oh, wait. You just lost the tag straps. Whoa. I think my team with Matt has run its course. Break it up. Break it up. Thanks for understanding, Conrad. I can't wait to strike on my own. Side note, love how Ethan Page won the NXT title. I mean, way to stick it to AEW, Sean. Take that. Like, I guarantee part of Ethan Page signing with NXT was him talking about how, like, AEW didn't use him enough. And then within, like, 2 months of him debuting in NXT, Shawn Michaels is like, you can have the belt. See? We love you. That's fine. I got nothing against Ethan Page. But I don't... Like, I feel like where he slotted in AEW is where he slots. Like, he's okay. Decent talker always struck me as would be a really strong half of what could be a dope-ass tag team. You know what would have been a dope-ass tag team that they didn't do? Ethan Page and Big Bill could have been incredibly entertaining as a tag team in AEW. And skilled in the ring as well. That could have been money, but whatever. That's fine. People get opportunities elsewhere. I think they would have been real funny together. I think that they would have charmed the pants off the audience. I think there would have been so much you could do with those two together. But anyway. Maybe he'll find a similar situation where he is, or maybe he'll find that sort of extra gear or that little something that puts him over the top as a singles act in NXT. Like, I don't dislike the guy. I wish him nothing but the best. I just found him the most entertaining during things that he wasn't wrestling on, like his toy vlog. I thought was his, like, I don't know. That to me was his most charming stuff. Not to say he wasn't a good wrestler, or like hearing him do guest commentary on like a Mystery Wrestling, very charming. But kind of just like solid in the ring. Wouldn't like go out of my way to recommend. I don't have Ethan Page matches to recommend, to be honest. Okay, we're rolling on here. Yes, Rocco, that's a fantastic one. And if we're talking about final matches on SmackDown, if we're talking about building to, in my scenario at least, a Cody and Cena tag team, if you want to put them against the Judgment Day, that's great. Because on the way there, Cena's last match ever on SmackDown, a singles match against Dominic Mysterio, I love that. I love that idea. Because he'd make him look fantastic. Dominic's character work is already great. Like, what a surprise he's been. What a revelation he's been since he turned heel. He's been doing a fantastic job. Old school, smarmy, douchebag. Like, you know what I mean? Just fantastic work. Okay. Khali's our heel in this one. Let's see what Roman Reigns can do against Great Khali. Let's set our rules. Lenient, pins only. Props. Let's get the weapons. Let's get about a dozen weapons in the ring this time. Fans didn't really use them, or they didn't really use them that much last time. I can usually pop the crowd with weapon shots pretty easily, so I tend to leave it on no DQ. And then this is called Buffalo Jane, but does this not sound like a news program to y'all? Tonight, our top story: grain prices through the roof. What will you do? How will you bake your bread? An interaction between Cena and the Wyatt Six makes some sense. Yeah. Okay. Have they done much yet? That faction? Have they done much at all? Like, I watched their debut, but not like on the show. I watched like I watched like the end of that show to watch their debut. Then I watched the follow-up Uncle Howdy interviews, Bo Dallas interview, and then not since. Yeah, Rocco, this does sound like news music, right? I'm not wrong. It's supposed to be like Buffalo Gal or something like that. Anyway, rule set is fine. We're gonna have a bunch of props in here. Yeah, we're good. We don't need a script. We're just rolling a match to roll a match, and away we go. Roman Reigns, Great Khali. Roman Reigns, our big pickup from Federation Online. He was their world champion at some point. Bo's doing great. Yeah, I really enjoyed how deep they went on like his motivation for what he was doing, and like they directly asked him like, "Don't you feel you're tarnishing his legacy?" and da 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 da, and he had a response, like setting it up that like addressing that immediately. I thought was very smart of them. I just hope it translates into something tangible and like worthwhile in ring, because as much as I enjoyed a lot of Bray Wyatt, like I enjoyed his rambling promos, I didn't necessarily understand them every time, but that's fine. I liked his promo style. I liked that he kept reinventing himself and changing things, progressing things, and evolving the character and presenting it in different ways that you normally see. However, when it came time to actually put on matches, regardless of the incarnation of Bray Wyatt, and especially as The Fiend, I did not find myself invested or really enjoying a lot of his in-ring work. So, if we can, like, the best parts of the Wyatt family and stuff to me was Luke Harper, because that guy was awesome. And then them booking, like initially booking like a Braun Strowman as the big monster and stuff was kind of fun too. Like in terms of in-ring work. Cena, Seth Rollins as your last pitch. I could see that, but I don't necessarily need that one either. You know, I feel like he's best used. Like, you do one or two nostalgia matches, and the one nostalgia match that I think would be the funniest would be the Randy Orton one. And I think for the rest of it, you want to try to match him up with like certain aspects of the current generation. So like him bumping up against Cody makes perfect sense. That's the current face of the product. Whether they're in opposition or on a tag team, either way. Retirement run. When does it start for Cena? Well, he mentioned Rumble. He mentioned Rumble and Mania and the pay-per-view in the middle as like the sort of three like ending things. I don't know. Depending on his like movie schedule and stuff, Survivor Series, like November to April, as like the last like 6 months of Cena, and he's got like a marquee matchup every pay-per-view until then, like his last half dozen major matches type of thing. I wouldn't mind that. And then he'd be available for TV as well, right? Like to come in, do a little thing here and there, work his last Raw match, work his last SmackDown match. That overlaps the end of the year, beginning of the new year with the Netflix deal, because he said he wanted to be involved in that, so that gives him a reason to be around for it. He's kind of been on the low-key, no-key schedule for a while, right? Like the, not even a part-timer, like he's kind of had the Undertaker schedule, which is like, hey, Mania's coming up, you want to swing by? Yeah, sure, I'm not busy. You know, that type of thing. Depending on if he's been available. Yeah, because he's got a lot of other commitments now. He's also noticeably tinier than when he was wrestling full-time. So maybe he wants a little time to bulk up a bit. Yeah, I was already thinking that was already brought up, Rocco, like whether or not he should break that title record. Wouldn't hate it, and wouldn't wouldn't love it, wouldn't hate it. Like I'd be okay with it. It doesn't really matter to me. Like it's a distinction, of course. The issue there, Cena versus Ray, hair versus mask match. I think Nature is beating John Cena in the hair versus mask match already, so I don't think they need to worry about that. He's already mostly bald. He ain't fooling anybody. But to the break. Oh God, Khali in the cover. This could be it. Roman Reigns in trouble. Hooks the leg deep, and that is it. The Great Khali with a big win. Roman Reigns winless in Strong Style Wrestling. Lost his debut match to Christian. Lost the follow-up to the Great Khali, Roman Reigns. Maybe I just hired him to poke fun at Federation Online. Oh, this was your champion? He can't even beat Khali. Oh, by the way, okay, I watched the new Bloodline in that trios match, and I get that they're trying to put them over like the Shields, like they're just introducing new people and booking them strong to try to get them over. I don't know how well it's gonna work with friggin' what is it, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Like Hunico is gonna be main eventing pay-per-views now. Yeah, not really into that. What did I want to say there? Oh, yeah, the build-up there for a babyface Roman Reigns coming back to annihilate the bloodline that he created is going to be real fun. So I'm really looking forward to that, because the fans are already chanting that we want Roman and stuff like that. That's very interesting. Okay, so Roman's profile sank again. Yeah, the bloodline. So if Roman comes back babyface, does he apologize to the Usos and they come back as, like, you know what I mean? Like, do they do Bloodline versus New Bloodline at WWE New Blood Rising? Sorry. Reigns has gone down. Great Khali's has improved. Yes! Okay, so we beat out All American Wrestling in Argentina. This means the entirety of North and South America belong to Strong Style Wrestling. We're the most popular form of professional wrestling in North and South America. The most popular form of wrestling in 1/3 of the world. And we're only going to get better from there. And we have 3 more matches to boost that lead, as we're going to try to draw as many as we can here. Blood flow. Puns are flowing. Okay. We got to stop, coagulate, and listen. Sasuke. Oh yeah, I almost sold his contract, but I ended up not, because they didn't offer me more money. Okay, so Sasuke in this corner. Who are we putting Sasuke up against? Who do we have him booked here with? Ah yes, Reverend Devon. Devon was Devon Dudley in the Dudley Boys, and then Bubba Ray quit. So Devon on his own, I turned into Reverend Devon. Oh yeah, hang on one second. I gotta go back and change his pants. I forgot. Hang on. Wrestling. Hang on. Referee. Okay, referee. He's just regular Devon. But wrestling, I gotta fix these pants. I gotta fix these pants. Give me them pants. Nope. Okay. 7 out of whatever. I gotta fix these pants, yo. Not that dark, because they're like navy for some reason. I just want them to match what he's already got going, you know? 40? 40 across the board? That's not too bad. Can we go higher? How high are we getting? That's way too high. How about a hundy? How about an even 100? You know what? 75. Yeah, I'll go with that, just because it's not blue anymore. He did go on a 4-year run that peaked at Zayn and was on an on-off champion beforehand. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Chip's take here is Roman is so old, I honestly wouldn't care to see him for a few years after the 4-year run that peaked it with Zayn. This is Church Devon. This is Reverend Devon. This is Devon when they first did the brand split in 2003, and Bubba Ray Dudley stayed Bubba Ray Dudley on Raw, and Devon became Reverend Devon and brought in Deacon Batista. You know, way back then. Okay, so copy that. Costumes, casual. This part. Paste that. So now that they're brown together, they're black together. I mean, there. Now that match is better. That's all I wanted to do. I'm gonna get rid of this weird demonic music. Whatever the hell's going on here. Excuse me 1 second. That one's Christmas. This isn't simply having a wonderful Christmas time. It just happens to sound like it. Okay, now I can get back to it. Devon's wearing the proper attire. I'm going to put a script in here because I feel like Devon, who is a bad guy, would be yelling about something. He will mock the costume of the Great Sasuke. There we go. Rules-wise, let's put in our standard rule set. Oop, no falls at all. Be wild. Props in the ring. More of them. More of them, please. Rules are as follows. Cast is as follows. It's match number what? Okay, match number 4. Makes sense. And we're gonna go ahead and blast it through here. Oh, I don't really hear the music most of the time. It's very, very much in the background. Really? It's so much louder for me then, huh? That's interesting. Oh, well, like during the matches, yeah. But like now. You can hear it now though, right? I hope. Yeah, during matches. Yeah. It's kind of designed that way. Yeah, I thought so. So like when I'm just doing this, when I'm booking, you can hear it, and it just sort of like blends in to the overall soundscape when the matches are happening. You're not wrong. It's also at a goof level. I'll accept that. All right. Just as they will accept this, it is Great Sasuke, Reverend Devon. Devon's going to come out and mock Sasuke for his attire, and then we're going to get this match underway with all this plumbed in ring. Sasuke, who himself comes out with a microphone, has lots to say about something or other. Yes, thank you, Chip. Thank you for your usage of the so-so thumb. Thumbs in the middle. Love it. Oh, my brother, testify. Oh, he doesn't want it, the mic. It's not good enough for him. Yeah. It's not quite a shaka bra. It's, you know, it was okay. I love a good thumb in the middle. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. It's all right. What are you wearing, the Great Sasuke? You look like a reject from a comic book convention. Yeah, it's not quite. If I did this, if I had that out. You think I like to think I'm a trendsetter backstage. Why didn't you come to me for some advice? He just changed the color of his pants. He's all hoity-toity now. Is your career going so bad that you've been reduced to digging clothes out of the garbage? Dang, Devon. I'm glad you're taking such an interest in my costume because these boots are going to be up your ass in a minute. Who's your favorite Marvel hero and villain, or are you DC guy? I like both. Hang on, it'll take me a second here. Favorite Marvel hero. Ooh, that's a tough one. It was Wolverine growing up. At the moment, it might be because I've been reading a lot of Excalibur. Not lately, but like it's just been sort of coming across my purview. I've really been enjoying Nightcrawler lately. I wouldn't say I had a favorite Marvel character, so I'll just say the one I'm enjoying currently is Nightcrawler. Villains, love me some Doctor Doom. So in terms of Marvel villain, that's my fave, Doctor Doom. Like classic. Like you look at that guy, you immediately know he's up to no good. You know. Also interchangeable with like any of your big factions or individual heroes. Doctor Doom could go up against them and make it make sense, you know. I enjoy both Wolverine and NC. DC maybe? On the DC side of things, my favorite hero, if you want to call them that, is Swamp Thing. And my favorite villain is Lex Luthor. Oh, Nightcrawler. Got it. Yeah, like, ooh, if you've watched the new X-Men show, or the X-Men 97 on Disney Plus there, the Nightcrawler Wolverine like tandem fight scene, mwah, like the action highlight for me. All I wanted out of the second X-Men movie was a decent Nightcrawler fight scene, and that's what they opened the movie with. Like, I'm a pretty easy guy to please in certain aspects. Like, I don't share some of the same values as a Nightcrawler. Like, I'm nowhere near as devout as he is. Like, I'm not religious at all. But, you know, German ancestry. Love to disappear into the shadows. Bamf! Aubrey enjoying a mid-match cigarette during this one. Can't beat a good rogue. Yeah, typically in like a Bethesda RPG, that's my play style, is I go slow, sneaky, and snipey. So that's technically like roguish. Hang on, world champion Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, who we just saw lose a matchup, excuse me, doing commentary on this one. Very generous of Roman Reigns to donate more of his time after suffering that defeat to the Great Khali. Hang on, buddy. Throw a shirt on. We need you at the desk. Fine. Coming up next, by the way, we have a #1 contenders match for the world title. That's why Cody's at ringside. He will be refereeing that matchup, the winner of which will be #1 contender to his world title and get that title shot in pay-per-view starting next week. Right? What a violent announce team. Reverend Devon with a cigarette in hand, pitting Great Sasuke. A wonderful matchup in only 3 minutes. Crowd loved it. Let me just backtrack a little bit here. Reverend Devon undefeated since switching gimmicks. His last singles contest was a victory against Sabu. Iron Man's pretty cool. Yeah, there's some good ones in there. I like teams more than I like individuals, I think, in Marvel. Like, I'm not entirely caught up, but if the teams that are like the champions are still together, they're kind of like the next generation of Avengers at this point. I kind of like really like them just because like not just cause, but like I also liked in Devon found God's now invisible. Yeah, he's got JC in his corner. We can't even see him. His profile went up. Sasuke's profile went down so easily. It was an almost 5-star match. It was 4 3/4. Oh, Awesome Kong, what's up? Uh-oh. Hey, wait a minute. I've been your women's champion for months. I hate being held up for money. But that's the contract you signed. Oh, I don't want to get my women's championship. Or women. Okay, so currently, listen, she's currently able to, or she's currently about to defend her title. How do I check her stats? I don't know how to check those. Oh, wait, here we go. No, that's for me. That's just the company. How do I check hers? I couldn't tell you offhand. Oh, wait, is that it? There it is. Okay. So her attitude's at a 74. That's not terrible. We've had people way lower than that. Popularity's way up, so this is probably why she thinks she can get away with it.
So she wants a $400 raise for the next 11 weeks. So that's $4,400, and then we go into contract negotiations.
All right, fine. All right, fine. I'm glad you agree I'm just as valuable as Abyss. That's not the same. Like, you can't equate salary to value, like, 1-to-1. Like, there were different contract negotiations time to time. Like, you signed Payer Than Fire or Ultimate Warrior style. Well, Ultimate Warrior was, like, burning his own bridges. So I did that mostly to make sure that I protected our main event, because she's supposed to defend the title in the main event. Wolverine is top tier even before Hugh taking up the role. Yeah, as a kid I was big into Wolverine. Rereading the stuff as an adult, I'm kind of admittedly less keen, because it's, I don't know, it just seems a little simplistic, even when they try to like make it more complicated by revealing his true identity and all that. Also, Ultimate Wolverine is an absolute, like, I think he's a gross pervert. Like, I think he's nasty, and I don't want anything to do with the Ultimate version of Wolverine. I don't like the writing of that character at all. Okay. Boink, boink. 4-corner matchup here. It's going to be a 4-way elimination match. #1 contendership on the line. Your referee, world champion Cody Rhodes, finding contender to his belt. Yeah, Ultimate Wolverine decides to hang around the X-Men when he finds out that Jean Grey is 19. This is a Wolverine that knows full well he's probably pushing 100, if not older than that, and is like, oh really? 19, you say? I'm going to stick around here and try to mac on this very young woman. So, you know, not a big fan of that. I understand it's in a comic book for teens, and you're not supposed to look at Wolverine and be like, oh, he's clearly older, but I know he's older. I know the history of the character. So, I think that's gross. He also does some stuff. He also gets put into Peter Parker's body at some point and does some stuff with Mary Jane while he's in Peter Parker's 15-year-old body to 15-year-old Mary Jane Watson. I also think that's gross. He knows who he is at all times. Yep. That's it in a crossover issue of Ultimate Spider-Man. That's what I mean. Ultimate Wolverine's gross. He's a pervert. Thumbs way down. And they play it off like Mary Jane after the fact, after Peter Parker gets his body back, is just like, you want to try that thing you tried earlier? I don't know what got into you, tee-hee-hee, tiger. And Peter Parker's like, what the fuck? Because obviously, Wolverine did something to her in his body, which is, to me, is tantamount to superhero rape. Because they got multiple levels working there. That's nasty. Anyway. Anyway, that's the Ultimate version. Not a fan of that one. Okay. World title, #1 contendership. No heel. I'm so glad I re-signed Sting because he was always going to be part of this. Who else? Who's my other? Oh, here's my other heel. Christian. And my last babyface with a shot. Bad News Kingston. Oh, I got to get rid of his manager. Do I like Deadpool? I like that people enjoy Deadpool. He's not for me. I typically, unless it's handled like very well, like unless you're breaking the fourth wall for a real good reason, just doing it for chuckles all the time doesn't really like mean much to me. Oh, I love the kill switch as a finish. Also, what's up? Another good username. Nice to see you. I didn't say hey yet. How do? How's your day going? Oh, did I set it? Hang on, let me do that. Okay, I'm gonna back out a little bit here. I'm gonna get rid of this manager again because Bad News Kingston is being managed by Matt Hardy. We're gonna go ahead and say that he lost that managerial license. If I just select himself, he's okay. There we go. No longer associated. Like them years ago, but he does get old. Yeah, it's crucifix drop. Thank you. I will do that right now if I can. Hello? There we go. Muse. Rear Muse. Rear special. BAM! Thank you so much! That's amazing. That's hilarious. His front finish could be a spear. You're not wrong. What is it now? Whoops. What is it now? Air raid crash. Oh, I see that. Okay. That ain't right. Hang on, how do I... Oh, wow, I have to actually, like, drag myself. This reminds me of, like, a Ronco record or something, or like a K-Tel record. You'll see all the hits. Like Samoan Strike, Screwdriver, Sitting Powerbomb, Sling Blade, Spear. They're all here. There we go. I love that they show up getting countered immediately, too. That's hilarious. All right, so we removed the manager. We adjusted Christian's finishes to be accurate. We'll set our rules up. We are going to keep the pinfalls in the ring so that they're front and center for our television viewers. We are going to go ahead and make that an elimination match, and we are going to... I'm just going to put non-title just to be doubly sure, because we're going to go ahead and find a number one contender. Referee offering a title shot to the winner. Our new world champion Cody Rhodes finding a number one contender to their title belt, because we have a pay-per-view next week, I think. And next week, I think we have another television charity show and then a PPV. So it might be a slightly longer stream. All right, script set, rules set. Let's put the props in the ring where they belong. There's a bunch of people, so actually we'll do random inside and outside the ring. There's a bunch of people, so we'll do some extra weaponry because they lack that sort of thing, and by they I mean the fans. Honestly, Venom is a pretty good character. I kind of liked him more than Spider-Man, but I think Spider-Man has better villains and more interesting than Spider-Man himself. I always think Maguire is still the best movie Spider-Man. Chip Hazard dropping some hot takes. I'm with you on Venom. My favorite version of Venom is Flash Thompson, like Agent Venom. I love that run. Like that version of the character, I'm a big fan of. Certain eras of Venom, yeah. Eddie Brock with his kid now is kind of interesting. Kind of. So certain things, yeah. I'm trying to think, like, yeah, I don't know. There's so many heroes and they like cycle in and out, you know. I've never we ever had cause to hear of real people like Osprey or MJF. I think I'm gonna stick to the in-game roster as it is. My time with Wrestling Empire is going to be just playing like a calendar year, like start to finish of their season mode. I think this is kind of the midway point where I'm dropping off in December here. I'm hoping it loops around to January 2001. I don't know. I still have yet to experiment with adding in new match types and stuff like that. But is there really a point? Because like they won't be very accurate to how they look, because none of them are very accurate to how they look, and it already has a pretty substantial roster. Like I don't see. Do I replace people with those characters, or do I straight up add people? You know what I mean? Like I don't even. How does it even work? Magnets. How do they even work? Batman's your favorite DC character? Yeah, it's a big one. I used to read a lot of Batman growing up. I'm reading some now too. Oh, that's true. I could always replace the fictional wrestlers. That's a good call. But that's still like a one-in, one-out type of thing. Yeah, or from like the wrestling school. Yeah, fair. Are there templates? Or am I going to have to like scroll through all the options? If there are templates, as there are for so many other creative wrestlers and so many other wrestling games, I might be persuaded to then turn M. Dickey's Wrestling Federation of created people into another federation of existing wrestlers to give us more roster to choose from. Because I have no attachment to the people that, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know who they are, so I have no attachment there. But if I at least know their name and I'm familiar with their career in some way, I have like, at least some form of allegiance as a wrestling fan that I'll want to use them more, or I'll consider them more, you know what I mean? Makes it more real for me at any rate. Aubrey Edwards and the great Khali calling this #1 contender world title matchup. Khali feeling real proud of himself after dropping Roman Reigns earlier. Man, that one commentary seat's real warm. Real warm. As I'm sure you're all aware. Oh yeah, he's going to talk about how he can't find a contender, etc., etc. He could replace people who think you don't belong in a wrestling game. Trump was in the WWE once, but yeah. That's a good call too. He's technically a Hall of Famer. He hosted WrestleMania a few times, and he was in the Battle of the Billionaire bullshit. Yeah. All right, we're going to see 3 eliminations. The last person standing, the #1 contender to Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, your world champion. In your semi-main of the afternoon, Samoa Joe into a quick pin on Christian. 3/4 of this matchup could have taken place in a TNA ring in like 2008, 2007, 2008, somewhere in there. Kofi Kingston, of course, doing a tribute gimmick at the moment to Bad News Allen, aka Bad News Brown. He was previously doing a tribute gimmick to Pac, and then the bastard Pac died. And then they did the memorial show, at which I booked Kofi to work because he was the bastard Kofi at that point. And then the night of the show after he wrestled, he's like, I'm done with him. I worship Bad News Allen now. It's like, all right, buddy. Going through it, are you? Oof, almost going through the ropes. You're going to see that monkey flip of Sting. Reminder, the winner of this one, #1 contender Cody Rhodes' world title that he currently has over his shoulder as referee of this contest. A 4-person elimination match, your semi-final for this afternoon's activity. Coming up, oh! Spinning power slam on the chair. Coming up after this, Awesome Kong defending the Women's Championship in the main event against Samantha Penta. Weight in this game is a big factor in being able to reverse moves. Oh, so Samoa Joe might have a decided advantage, you say. Or Great Khali might have a decided advantage, you say. What a roll-up by I don't even know whom. I don't know if that was Joe or Kingston getting the better of that one. But the referee was out of position, and it did not matter, as Kingston was just shoved to the apron. They love fire, so maybe just having a flaming bat is enough. Oh, paddling is behind with the baseball bat is Samoa Joe. To Bad News Kingston. For Monica Marquez for the more skill. All right. And the pin goes Joe on Kingston. Just a 2 count. Meanwhile, Christian had Sting rolled up, but he kicked out before the 3. More skill means higher skill. Ah, okay. Makes sense. Crowd loves moves. They love star ratings and moves, which is fun running this extremely violent no DQ federation and still doing okay then. That's pretty funny. Is that an apple? Or sorry, an orange? Referee Cody making sure. Produce is safe, he decrees. Samoa Joe's got something to say. Sting interrupts. They fight about it. Front of the frame, Sting feeling that adrenaline. Trying desperately to grab Joe, pulls him back to his feet. Go behind, off the ropes. I thought he was gonna reverse DDT. DDT off the ropes, into some baseball bat shots. Oh, there goes the adrenaline, but Samoa Joe worn out. Bad News Kingston worn out. Sting with a quick cover on Christian. Christian kicks out. There are no submissions, I turn them off. Pinfall only. Got our suplex there by Christian. Helps the matches last longer. Gets us that all important. Helps get us that all important star rating. Because that gets more fans in the building. Oh, big powerbomb by Joe. Holds it into the pin on Kingston. Your first elimination. Bad News Kingston. And now, referee's got to get him out of the ring. Cody in the face of Bad News telling Kofi to get out of here. First he lost his manager, and now he lost his chance to be world champ. Manager was barred from ringside in this one. That's why there's no Matt Hardy. Plus the crowd doesn't like managers, so I didn't want that albatross around the neck of this matchup. Oh, figure 4 under the bottom ropes by Sting on Christian. Nice reversal. Till eventually the holds are broken. Samoa Joe biding his time, picking his spot. Quick little kidney punch there to Sting. Cody Rhodes seems to not be in favor of this matchup at all. Down with this sort of thing, he says, via the sign he holds. All right. Man. Christian in dire need of a bit of respite from the actions of one Stinger. Meanwhile, Samoa Joe again biding his time, picking a spot. Looking for a weakness. Happy to wait is the savvy Samoa Joe. Got something to say to the fans. Back and forth goes Sting on the limbs of Christian. Oh, Joe's also worn down. That's why he's taking his time. Big scoop and a slam by Joe. Following up with a baseball bat shot. It seems that the target is Sting in this one. Christian and Samoa Joe trying to wear the Stinger down. Deadlift powerbomb over the top to the floor. Sting is out in a pool of his own blood. Meanwhile, in the ring, Christian and Samoa Joe. Oh my God, Sting is moving, and he set that sign on fire. Sure, buddy. Up with this sort of thing, says Sting as he extinguishes the flames somehow. Submission hold applied with that baseball bat by Christian. Sting desperate to grab the Scorpion Deathlock. Just gonna woo at the crowd. Yeah, no incentive for Sting to break this, as it just wears down Joe, and there need to be 2 more eliminations before one of these 3 gentlemen is #1 contender for Cody Rhodes and the world title. What a matchup it would be, regardless of the outcome. There goes Joe. He would be tapping out, but there's no submissions. Yeah, you build up, you get your woos going. So either like you can build up your adrenaline to get your finish over here by wooing at the crowd. Christian looks like he's close. Just gotta get out of this hold. It's up to Christian to release or Samoa Joe to break it. Or perhaps Sting or Cody to interfere. Otherwise, those wrists are going to be a-flapping. There we go. Sting finally breaks it up. Oh, big boot by Joe. Electric chair position. Oh, he gets cracked with a bat. Down goes Sting. Down goes Joe. Up stays Christian. Sting pulling the bat out of Christian's hand now. Small package by Christian, immediately countered. Way to fight out of it. Gut wrench suplex to Sting. Turns it into an arm drag on Samoa Joe. What a counter. Oh, into the arm bar. With the baseball bat as a splint. Bending it the wrong way. Oh, big splash. Into the cover on Joe. 2 and Joe out at 2. Sting wastes no time going right after Christian as soon as he stood up. And he breaks his back on his knee like so. Into the cover. Christian is gone. We're down to Sting and Joe. Big suplex. Joe counters into the roll-up. 2. Countered out. Kicked out, I should say. Sting's still alive. We're down to the final 2. Christian beside himself. Cody doing his best to get him out of the ring. As Joe and the Stinger are fighting. The bird's eye view of the action is Samoa Joe again. Tip, 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 tapping out, but it's not going to help you. Cody knows that. Advising Samoa Joe to break that, to try to get it out of the hold under his own power. Sting releases. That could come back to haunt him if Samoa Joe can hang in there and get his wits about him. Oh, a couple of baseball bat shots to Sting. Flips him over. Into the giant swing by Joe up on his tippy toes. Counted into the Hurricane Rana. Rolled through twice. Sting into the cover. 1, 2. Reversed. 1, 2. No. Christian rolls into the ring to break it up. If Christian can't win, he doesn't want Samoa Joe to win? That I don't quite understand. But Cody's trying to get rid of him as the fight continues. Reaching that 10-minute mark. Remember, the crowd starts to sour if it goes past like 12 or so. Sting into the cover on an exhausted Joe, and got him! Sting, your #1 contender! Sting and Cody at the pay-per-view! Not bad. It's a pretty good title fight. You got that down. I'm not reading the dialogue because we've done so many #1 contenders matches and it's always the same. Sting versus Cody at the pay-per-view is pretty dope. So I'll run a tag match with the two of them like for the last TV week since it's another charity show. So I'll just do that to get them on the card. Like I'll do, Sting and someone versus Cody and someone. I'll figure that out next week. And then yeah, there's your world title match for the pay-per-view. Christian's stamina has risen to 64% after participating in that one. Bad News Kingston's stamina has also gone up. Samoa Joe has gotten some credit for surviving to the end, and Sting's profile rose from winning or from taking part in such a compelling match. So nobody looked bad. Everyone looked great in that one. Good stuff. Now it is time for the main event of the afternoon. Let's get you here. Let's get you here. Let's get our referee on record, Aubrey Edwards. And let's get our challenger, Samantha Panther. Let's get our champion, Awesome Kong. And let's get our rules set. Oh, it's not a one-time limit, or not a one-minute thing. That'd be hilarious. Lenient rules, pinfall only. This is sort of my formula I've kind of honed in on to give the match a chance to breathe and give it enough time to build up to a 5-star match before it ends. Typically between like the 8 and 12 minute mark, it kind of hits that sweet spot. Unless something catastrophic happens. Okay. I'm going to do referee introductions. First, she's going to do Samantha Panther first, and then she's going to do the challenger or the champion second. That makes sense to me. Those are set. This is set. I'm going to go ahead and Matrix Zone, this is called. Let's get out of that. Let's get out of the Matrix Zone, if we could, and get ourselves down to the ring for the main event of the afternoon. The main event of the afternoon, the last match we'll be presenting today. Samantha Panther, Awesome Kong for the Women's Championship. Here we go. I mean, it's called Lightweight Championship in the game, but phooey on that. Here she comes, Awesome Kong. Held me up for money before the show started, and her attitude still went down. I noticed that. She was at 74, and then she held me up for money. I gave it to her. She's at 73. Go Samantha Panther. I kid, I don't mind. I just want a decent fight. The outcome does not matter. It is the journey, not the results, not the destination. Samantha Panther getting into the fan, or getting on the good side of the fans by setting something on fire. It's a lightweight championship match. Weighing in at 136 and standing 5'9". First, welcome Samantha Panther as she throws her microphone out. Oh my God! Kong's got a gun! The reigning women's champion, Awesome Kong, with a gun and a microphone. Aubrey takes the microphone back and not the gun. I mean, to be fair, Samantha Panther had that previously flaming sledgehammer. Oh my God! Kong, no! Oh! Powerbomb through the pane of glass! Oh, burning hammer. Nice. Nicely done. Nicely done. Another good username. Oh, and then slammed over the top! No mercy from the women's champion, Awesome Kong, as Matt Hardy and Alexa Bliss call the action. She bought that gun with the pay raise. Yeah, the $400 I gave her tonight in cash. She just went and got it. No problem, no background check. I'm going to defend this title forever. Ain't nobody taking my title. I mean, Kong, you don't need it. You're already so dominant as champion. You've beaten everybody on the roster. Oh, roll through into the double stomp into the small of the back. Samantha Panther already in trouble. Crowd laughing at her as Kong goes up top. Catches herself on the ropes. Give me that camera, says Kong. Give me that camera. Big spear by Samantha Panther. Taking the fight back to the canvas. Kong immediately chicken wings an arm. Aubrey covered in blood. None of it her own. Oh, it tried for a bear hug. Just fell backwards under the sheer might of Awesome Kong. Nice roll through by Samantha. Countered by Kong, but she still got the referee in the same role. Good Lord, blood everywhere. I have no idea. Awesome Kong was going for an STF. Samantha Panther able to counter that. No headlock takeover. Ooh, the skills on display you will only see in strong style wrestling, courtesy of Wrestling Empire. The most ridiculous wrestling game. I feel like if it's affordable, there's no reason for you not to own this. Like this on a Nintendo Switch, how can you not? How can you not? Like, how would that not make your travel day so much better if you just, like, threw on a couple of these ridiculous matches and, like, called them in your head or something like that whilst you were traveling? No Mercy in this main event. Yeah, good pun, too, because this is very much inspired by No Mercy, like this engine. It definitely harkens back to that type of era of console wrestling game. The absolutely ridiculously violent, ludicrous activity, but still fun. Oh, double underhook DDT into the cover! 2, 3, another dominant defense from Awesome Kong. Good gravy. It was a nice match. Suffered considerably after being defeated so easily. Fine. Kong has cemented her reign. She sure has. She's our new, she's like, you know, obviously the stalwart of the women's division. She hasn't held the belt like the entire time like an AJ Styles was doing before he quit on us, you jerk. But she certainly held it for a while. Back to the game here. Cemented her reign. Strong Style Wrestling has cemented their following in Argentina after setting a new record of just under 8,500. Let's broadcast that show. How we doing? How we doing? Only that... Ooh, I went down one. I'm the only promotion in the 90s in terms of satisfaction. Samantha's going to be on the operating table for quite a while, I think. Yeah, a lot of double stomps to the midsection. Full way to Kong. Ah. Come on, expenses. Stay low, stay low. Yeah, we made a couple $1,000. That's usually how this goes. If I do well, it's only a couple thousand. If I lose, it's a lot. Because there's charity shows. This next charity show is going to be rough. I'm going to be honest. Okay, so let's take a look, if we could, at my absolute dominance of North America. It is all mine. You can't have it. What's next? We love promos, we hate vanilla midgets, is what they're telling me. In Antarctica. Let's do it. Let's see if we can draw 6,000 people in Antarctica. I think I can take off from any of the purple spots. Yeah, I think I can do that. I have like one in the middle here. Oh, also, oh my gosh. It's so hard to navigate this thing. We love heels, we hate botches in Siberia. Okay. I like the idea of just creeping outward from what I've been doing, so I'm gonna go here. And I creep, yeah, and I go down to the Antarctica, or yeah, what's going on? Midwinter was renewed his contract with Wrestling Revolution, and will be with them for 6 more weeks. Great. Cast has been released. Back to the indie circuit. Goldust has defeated Jerry Sags to become the new world champion of All American Wrestling. That's the #2 promotion in the world, by the way. I didn't even know Jerry Sags was their champion. Kenny Omega's back. Lance Storm, His association with Just Incredible has had a negative effect on his skill. I think it's time to break up all my tag teams. Austin Aries' contract expires. I think it's time to break up all my tag teams. Their feud has lost momentum because they haven't been on TV. After being exposed to Rising Sun Parisia's product, fans in Scandinavia have developed a taste for giants and a distaste for explosions. Kerry Von Erich has defeated Ric Flair to become the new world champion of Maple Leaf Grappling. Cult following of 42... What? 200 fans in Brazil have risen up in support of Maple Leaf Grappling. And Vampiro is now the new world champion of Super Lucha Libre, defeating La Parca. What a match that would have been. Okay, Kenny, here we go. Contract negotiations, a little bit of housekeeping, and then we'll set up for what we're going to do in next week. $6 grand a week. I'm not giving you part-time again. I'll give you health insurance. How's that? How's health insurance sound? There we go. No more part-timer for Kenny, so he's now going to be available every week. All right, bad news, Kingston. We need to talk about your gimmick. I like signing people for 6 months. Nice and easy. I need to worry about it twice a year. Only interested in working a part-time schedule. How about if I give you $2 grand? Good stuff. Good stuff. I only want to work part-time. I want time off with my family. I'm no good on the road anymore. My knees are shot. I can't sit in the chairs. It's awful. I hate traveling. I have to be at home. $2,000 right now. You got it. You got it. 6 months. Stay here, Holly. Not paper worth the paper it's written on unless it's ironclad. Okay, bye. How about $2,000? Yay! It's the same $2,000. I have it on an elastic. Like I pull it right out of their pocket when they're leaving the office. Whoop! It's like a little money clip on an elastic. They're like, yeep, and it's right back to me. It's not even. It's like it's Ronald McDonald. Like I'm on the bill. It's like a bunch of hundies, or like a rubber. Yeah, the rubber check. That's great too. It's like a $100 bill wrapped around a bunch of like cut up newspaper in a money clip on an elastic that I just pull, or like on a string that I pull out of their pocket and reel back to the desk when they leave. Okay, I'm in Antarctica. I'm so mad that how I put way more than 4,200 people in Brazil. I know I did. Look at the numbers around it. There's no way I didn't do like 8 or 9. So why did it just be like, no, we got a cult following, we took it back? Like, how is that a thing? They've never popped up a cult following for me. It's always the other promotions. Ooh, that makes me salty. But that's okay, because we're in Antarctica for this charity event. Maybe we'll go back to Brazil for the PPV and blast those numbers out of the water. Maybe we'll do that. Roster stuff. Everybody still good? Abyss not back, huh? Okay. Can't use our tag champs. How we doing contract-wise? Aries is done. James is done soon. Ooh, we got a lot coming up soon. Why is that one different? 5. Why is that down to 3? Why are these different? I did this contract. Anyway, good to know. Ada, you still want 12 grand? I just want to see what happens if I offer him half that. Let's sit down with AJ, our former world champion that walked away from us. I will give you health insurance, and I will give you half of what you were making before. What do you say? I can't give you 26 weeks. There's more to my life than wrestling. Okay. Can I get another kick at this? 20 weeks. Can't give you 20 weeks. He wanted 14. I'll give you 15 weeks. Half the pay you asked, health insurance. What do you say? Can't give me 15 weeks. He wanted 14. 12 weeks. Half what you wanted health insurance. What do you... You know you're not wrong. We did replace you with Roman Reigns. How about $1,000? How am I supposed to live on $6,000 a week? How about $2,000 up front? Don't get injured. Don't try to sell me insurance. You're just trying to think of things. All right. 0 clauses. $2,000 up front. No money up front. Okay, we're done here. Yeah, I was gonna say he's got an answer for everything, so I feel like he's out of our price range anyway. I just wanted to see what I could get done there. So we re-signed everyone, I do believe, that was with us. Miss Elizabeth, Women's Champion of All American Wrestling. That's dope. So Kenny's back. He's now full-time with us for a while. Yeah, pretty good about most of this. Feeling pretty good. We'll be back next week to book that charity event in Antarctica, and then the pay-per-view to end off December of the year 2000. Valley, thanks for hanging out, pal. I'm actually wrapping up, so your timing is just as good as mine. Let's go here. My big dumb face front and center. Whoa! So I can thank everybody for watching, no matter where or when you happen to be. Wishing everybody out there chill vibes and clear skies. If you happen to find yourself in possession of a plethora of positive energy, please share it if you can spare it. And don't forget about your old pal, the Silent G, Rad Gnarly, saying so long for now. I am going to be back on the air next Monday afternoon. Enjoy yourselves. The weekend, I always take a long one myself. Monday afternoon, we're back at 2 p.m. Eastern Time with some Starfield. I have some ships that I need to blow out of the skies. Or does it technically count as the skies if it's space? I got some ships I need to obliterate. Haha. So I can upgrade my piloting capacity to then pilot the proper ship that can take me to the sort of endgame content, because we are hurtling toward the end of the main story of Starfield. But that is a tale for Monday Rad. This is Thursday Rad saying goodbye. Ta-ta.